Thank you for joining us for another installment of Ask the Expert. Today we're joined by Mark Shaw, President of Worldwide Land Transfer. Mark, thanks for joining us.
You're welcome.
Today, Mark, we'd love to pick your brain a little bit. What is your best advice for our buyers and sellers on how to have a smooth transaction and closing process?
It's very important. There's lots of closings that aren't very smooth. So the first thing is you got to be working with a very good title company. So call me. But on a more serious note, there's so many things that go into making the transaction complete that the realtor sometimes doesn't see on the back end. Even the bank sometimes doesn't see. The title company has to kind of pull all the parties together that are involved and make the transaction whole. The seller, for instance, needs to disclose if there's been a recent divorce. If there's been a recent divorce, make sure we're going to be in receipt of all the documentation, the settlement agreement, who's going to be signing, they're both going to have to be signing if they're both on title. But if there's already only one spouse on title, is there any separation agreement where some of the money needs to go to the other party, how the proceeds are being split? If there was a death, make sure we have the death certificate up front. Don't show up the settlement and say, oh, yeah, my husband passed away 5 years ago. That's a no-go. That's going to delay settlement. Okay. On the buyer side, if you're buying the property and the buyer happens to be in China during the settlement date and his power of attorney shows up, but we've never reviewed the power of attorney, that's a problem. We need to review the power of attorney up front. So being organized, having all of your ducks in a row, if you will, and having all the information gathered up front, collected, and sent to the title company quickly and efficiently is going to make it very smooth. One thing that comes to mind is on the buyer side is to make sure you've got bank funds. Sometimes the bank, especially when you're taking out a mortgage, you're taking out financing for a property, you might not have your final settlement statement until maybe a couple hours before settlement. Unfortunately, it's still the case. In today's real estate market, as much as we try and have the settlement statements done days in advance, if the bank doesn't have their docs, it happens. And the one thing I'll say is just bring more money than you think that you need to, and the title company would essentially give you back a check at closing or send you a wire. Right. If you follow those, I think you're going to be in good shape.
Excellent. Well, we appreciate your advice and look forward to more of it. If you're interested in more information on this topic, please feel free to click the link below to find out more information about our seminars. Or, of course, you can call us or email us at the numbers listed below. Talk to you soon.